Alright, let's do a Vivi deck list showcase, blah blah blah. Red Blue Vivi, super strong leader, the newest leader from EB03, and it's good in the Heroine Cup. So, is it called Heroine? I don't know. Anyway, Red Blue Vivi. Once per turn, if a character with a base cost of 4 or more would be KO, you may trash one of the cards from your hand instead. And your activate main is Restless Leader. Give one of your opponent's character minus 2000 power during this turn. Then one of your opponent's character without when attacking gains the effect of Rush. So it's really powerful. I'll show you guys some of the combos with the deck. It's pretty straightforward. I think it's a very easy deck to play if you're getting started into the game as well. So Vivi leader. We start off with 4 Vivi searchers. Look at top 4 cards of your deck. Add Alabasta or Straw Hat Crew with a cost of 2 or more, and then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. That's pretty simple, and the whole deck is 2 costs or more, so therefore everything you can search anything. For Igaram, activate main. You may rest this character. Give your activate leader minus 5000 powers. Look at top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal 1 Alabasta and add it to your hand, and place the rest at the bottom of your deck. Very powerful. You don't mind giving 5000 power to your leader because you're gonna rest it to give rush to one of your characters. Therefore, it's very powerful. It's a free search, and if your opponent doesn't get rid of it, next turn you can do it again, which can happen with this deck. You want to play 2 copies of Puddings because it's very powerful. On play, return all cards from your opponent's hand to their deck, shuffle their deck, and then your opponent draw 5. So if they have 8 cards in hand, you just reset their hand back to 5. Very powerful. 5 blocker Nami. On play, draw 3, then stack 2 cards either to the top or the bottom of your deck, and it's a blocker. And it combos really well with this, but it's not the main piece. So this is the first combo of the deck at 5 dawns. You wanna look for Vivi with your 8 searcher, which is Vivi and Igaram. Your first combo pieces you want to look for is Vivi if you don't have it. So it's a blocker. On play 1 Alabasta or Straw Hat type character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. Then you cannot play any character for the rest of the turn. So basically you want to play Vivi into Nami, this Nami first. If you don't have this Nami, then you play the blocker. So this Nami is on play, give your leader minus 5000 power. As you can see, Igaram does that, Nami does that. So your leader doesn't attack usually, but it gives rush to your characters. So basically this Nami would attack. And you get to do the other effect, which is draw 1 card, since you did minus 5000 power to your leader. Activate main once per turn. If your leader has Alabasta, Vivi is an Alabasta, you may give one of your opponent's character minus 1000 power for this turn. So the combo is play Vivi, play out Nami, Nami effect, minus 5000 power to your leader, draw 1 card, and then you do leader effect minus 2000 power to a character, and then you give rush to Nami and Nami can attack. So that's the first combo of the deck. If you don't find Nami, you play the blocker Nami instead. So you can set up 2 blocker that turn. That's the first part of the deck. Second combo at 7 dawns. If you already have those pieces with the searchers, you look for these ones. So at 7 dawns, if you can find this Vivi, is awesome. So on play one of your Alabasta type character with a cost of 8 or less other than Vivi from your hand. Then your opponent places 1 card from their hand to the bottom of the deck. It's a lot more powerful than you think. You might think that the 4000 power is not enough for a 7 cost character, but I'll explain shortly what you do with this. So you usually combo off with Shakapel. Shakapel is a double attack character. On play, you may give your leader minus 5000 power during this turn, and then you draw 2 cards. So at 7 dawns, you want to play Vivi, which plays out Shakapel. Shakapel effect minus 5000 power to your leader, and then you draw 2. Then your leader gives rush to Shakapel, and Shakapel can swing for 9k for double attack, which is super powerful. The other thing I was saying, where this 4000 power is actually really relevant, is since your leader gives minus 2000 power, you may rest this leader, give one of your opponent's character minus 2000 power. It puts every character that's 6k power or less to 4 costs. So with this Vivi, they can attack. The Vivi can attack into it. So it comes up quite often actually. So this Vivi can attack those characters that got lower power. If you don't find this combo, the other play is to play Ben Beckman. Ben Beckman is super powerful because it's not a KO effect, it's a trash. Meaning it bypasses any effect that says on KO do this. This just trashes the character. That means your opponent doesn't get to resolve their KO effect. On play, you may trash one of your opponent's character with a base cost of 6,000 power or less. It's actually 8,000 power because your Vivi does -2. And if you have the Nami setup, this red Nami, you can do another -1,000 power. So that means you do Nami effect -1,000 power to one of your opponent's character. Let's say they have a Shakapel, for example. Nami does -1,000 power, the Shakapel goes to 8,000. You go Vivi effect -2,000, it goes to 6,000. Then you play Ben Beckman and you can remove the Shakapel with the trash. And Vivi, the leader effect in the mirror match, Vivi only prevents KO. So the trash would go through and you can remove the Shakapel. So that's very powerful. For your top end, we start off with 2 Shanks. The 10 cost Shanks red. On play, KO one of your opponent's character with 10,000 power or less. And how powerful is this? Is because you play it, you remove a 10,000 power character on board, then you do Vivi effect, give it rush. Then you rush with a 12k power. Super strong. That's that. Then you have Kaido next, which is 10 cost Kaido. Draw 4 cards if your opponent has 3 cards or less in life. So you play it, you draw 4, your hand size becomes +4, and you get to rush with a 12k power character. Another very huge body that's really hard to remove for them. There's one more combo in the deck that I forgot to say, was this one. The Vivi and Nami. So during your 5 down turns, you want to keep this Vivi as long as possible in the game. Because the last swing of your opponent's turn, you can block with this. And then let it die. And before it dies, you can do Vivi's effect, which is the first effect. Once per turn, if a character with a base cost of 4 or more would be KO, you may trash 1 card of your hand instead. So let's say your opponent has, like let's say Kaido. He has a Kaido on board. He swings 12 at your leader. And you don't want to take that life. So you can block with the Vivi. The Vivi would die. Then you do the leader Vivi effect. You trash 1 card from your hand. And the blocker doesn't die. So next turn you can do the same thing. The blocker comes back. And you can block again and do the effect to block a swing every turn. So yeah. And then let's go to the 2Ks. We have 4 of this, which is activate main, you may rest this character, trash 1 card from your hand, and one of your Alabasta character gains unblockable. So it's really good with this guy, Shakapel. Since Shakapel doubles attack, and your opponent has potentially a blocker, such as Vivi, you play this lady that gives Shakapel unblockable, and your opponent cannot block with the Vivi. So you get to double attack at your opponent. So 4 of those, it's a 2k counter most of the time. For Koza, which is a 2k counter as well, but sometimes you play it, but it's very rare. When attacking, you may give your active leader -5,000 power, then this card gains 2k. So it's only good when you're facing an opponent that floods the board a lot and you just need to clear it. And you need to play a body at 3 downs. That's about it. Otherwise, you don't play it. And Cobra, 2k counter as well. And this is your last resort if you can't find anything when you play your 5 cost Vivi. When you place your 5 cost Vivi, if you don't have Nami or the blocker Nami, you play Cobra. Cobra is your last resort. So at least you have 2 bodies on board that are pretty big, like a 4k and a 6k. And that's about it. That's the deck list. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's a very generic deck list. The deck list performs really well. I did pretty good at both tournaments I went with this deck. X1 on both. So it's not bad. Lost 1 game in each tournament. Yeah, that's the deck list. Very generic, very easy. Just play your curve and that's it. Yeah, the sleeve is just because I took it from a different deck. I wanted the AAs, but I have the regulars for this deck. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck list. Peace.